Hello everybody. I'm going to be modeling some kind of computer retro style sci-fi thing that's going to have a monitor in it and some dials and a place where you could insert some cartridges of some sort, like old VHS tapes, but something with data on it, and some old big floppy drives. All right, so look a little bit like Alien Isolation or something space age. We'll see how well it fits with my sci-fi scene, but I just want to model this anyhow. All right, so here I am in Blender 2.8, and I am going to just start with the cube, I think. I'm going to look from the front, go into edit mode. I'm going to scale this in the X and get the approximate size that I would want for this. And hit 3. Make this narrower, less tall, I should say, probably. And maybe a little bit deeper, so that's going to be my main case there. I'm going to have all my stuff here. May have to adjust those dimensions, but we'll see. I'm going to put a loop cut here, bring it up near the front, and I'll go Control B to bevel, and hold Shift. I just roll my mouse back to 0. I just want a space like that. I'm going to go E and Alt S, and I'll pull that in. And that's going to make the division there. Right away, I'm going to start with a bevel, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And I'll switch that to 0.01. Okay, so there's my front computer case. Now I'm going to take this front and select that face, so I'm going to hit I to inset. I'm going to hold Shift, I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to pull back a ways like that. Okay, so I have my stuff recessed in a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to create another little section that angles out. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I think I'm going to take, let's see what I want to take. I'll take that, Shift D, and bring it out. I'm going to go P and break it out. Hit the wrong key. So restart my screencast keys. I'm going to take that, set the origin to geometry. Look from the front, go into edit mode, and let's inset this a bit like that. Okay, and then let's delete those faces and grab that one, pull it forward, and select it all. Extrude back. It may not have been what I wanted to do exactly. Yeah. All right. I'm going to take this face here. And let's see, let's pull that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm going to look from the side. I'm just going to straighten it out here. So I'm going to have it match that there. I'll go to edge and pull. Pull out, line up with that. It's good enough like that. Okay, turn that off and bring that back in. And I want this lip here to roughly come out very close to that front line. Something like that would be okay, but I don't want it that big, so. Okay, so now I'm going to go into wireframe. I'm just going to do this by eye, I think. Well, maybe I'll do it this way. Scale in the X a little bit. Scale. I don't want to lose the thickness. I take it back. Since I don't want to lose the thickness, I'm going to border select, and I'm just going to actually do it by eye. Actually, I'll need a decent amount of room. Well, no, I'm going to put bolts, I think, on the top and the bottom, maybe not on the sides, so it could be okay like this. I need a lot of room right in here to put all this stuff. This part, though, I want to pull down, give myself enough room for some bolts there. That may be too much, we'll see. And a little bit less room on the bottom. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, yeah. You know, I'll just mess with it till I get what I like. Something along that line. All right, well, we're gonna go with that. Now, let me make sure. Yeah, this face will likely come forward. I don't think I'm gonna have it that deep. And I will actually be putting in other planes for that. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to need a space here for the floppy drives, a space here for those cartridges, the knobs, and a monitor. So I'm going to start working on, I think it's the monitor. My 3D cursor's there, so let's just go for it. Let's bring in a plane. We'll rotate X90. And bring it up. So it's going to fit inside there. And it's going to rest on the bottom. I'll get it. I want it pretty tightly packed. Let's just go ahead and extrude it and start playing with this. So it's going to sort of rest around there. So I'll bring it forward a bit more, like that. I'll bring it all out and work on this now. Let's select the front and the back of that. Let's try to. Okay. Oh boy, a lot of long keys. There we go. Let's hit I to inset. Let's do that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's bridge edge loops now. That's better. If the monitor was there, this whole thing may be a little bit too wide. I can work on that though. Now I want to think about if I want to round these, and I think I do, and I think the way I'm going to do this is let's just select all those like this. No, I'm not going to worry about some n-gons in here. Control B. I can do this. And I'm also going to do this. I'll select those faces and right click and shade smooth. I'll see how I like edge split. I think I do. I think it's okay. Let's on my view, let's go to clip start and 0.001 so I don't get that effect. Clipping. Okay, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to do that and E and S. I'll get that part there. And then I'm going to select that edge and extrude back. There's probably some stuff I can get rid of. I just wanted another little piece there. And then I'm going to make sure I got it selected, set the origin and geometry, and bring that cursor there. And I'm going to bring in, let's bring in a plane, rotate X 90. Let's scale it down so it pretty much fits. And then I'm going to subdivide. Let's see. I'll go one more. No, I'll go one more. Okay, I'm going to grab that point there and proportional editing. I'm going to pull, let's roll my mouse down. I just want a little bit of a curve on that, like that. I'll hit shade smooth and just see if I can get this back and have a little bit of that there. So too far back, so I don't see enough of my curve. Let's take the whole thing and pull it out a bit. And I could bring that edge forward here, I think. Okay, turn that off. Which would allow me to bring the plane out a little bit more. Want this. Okay, let's isolate this. And I want this. I want this. Scale shift Y. I want more than that. I want all of this as well. So I'm going to do it this way. That could be okay. Just deselect those. Scale shift Y. What do I got back there that I don't want? It's starting to annoy me. Scale shift Y. Oh, that's better. That's what I'm going for. I can, of course, get rid of some faces. We shall see. Okay. That's starting to look a little bit better, a little bit more realistic. I could even go a bit more. Let's see if that stuff's still. Scale shift Y. Alrighty. Starting to look a little bit more realistic now. Okay. With that done, let's look at changing the width of this a little bit. So imagine the screen, some dials, some that. Let's do it like that. And select everything. And just roughly bringing it in. Yeah, that's more along the lines of what I want. Okay. So I'm going to use some dividing lines now. So I will Shift C. I'll do that, and I'm going to bring in a plane. Put that like that. I'll go ahead and extrude it back a ways. of separate it out from that piece there. So I got just that piece. And it's going to have to come from this back wall to the front, or close to the front. Very similar to that. So bring it up. I'll get rid of those faces. Back a little bit. I can get rid of that face too. And let me think here. Okay, I'm going to want my floppy disk drives down there. And then I'm going to want those card things. I want 3 of them. And then I'm going to want a space with dials. I think I've got lots of room for what I want to do. Go. We're just making little adjustments. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be like that. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in a circle, and I'm going to go for 18. Scale it. Rotate X90. Look from the front, press G. I'm going to pull it into here, make it smaller. Okay. I'm going to hit Eat Extrude, come out. No. Eat Extrude, come out. E, S, E, E and S, and I'll grid fill. And I'm going to take this edge and bevel. And I'm going to put one segment in there, just like that. And I'm going to try shade smooth, and I'll try edge split as well. And I think it's going to look just fine for what I need at the distance we're going to be. We'll be using more polys later in other things, so let's try to get that in. And what I'll do is I'll just take this guy, Shift D, I'll make 2 of them. Okay, we'll join those together. And we'll just array this down. Like that. For some pretty simple knobs. Okay. Cool. Now I'm going to switch over to cavity. Just start enjoying this a little bit more. Okay, very good. Nice. Let's do the floppy disk drive. That's the fun part. All right. Let's bring in a plane. Rotate X90. This is where we need to be, right in here. Now I'm going to be putting a piece back here think. Not quite sure, but I want to get this the approximate size. And I want to think, because what I want to do, I'm going to put an edge loop here. I want a piece there. Let's just split this into 3. They don't have to be even. In fact, I don't want them to be even. I want a bottom sort of solid plastic piece, and then I want 2 floppy drives here. And I think that's going to be okay like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this piece, P, break it out, and I want to use it. I'm hitting keys like crazy today. There we go. There. That's what I want, that piece. I don't care about those ones right now, but this is what I'm going to use to make my floppy drive. Okay, so I'm going to Shift H to isolate that, just so I can look just at that, and go in. And let's go into modeling. From the front. Okay. I'm going to go Control R, put an edge loop right there. And I'm going to Control B that. No segments. That's going to make the space where I stick in the floppy disk. I'm going to do that. I just put 2 edge loops. That's going to be the space, a little indentation. And I'm going to have one up here. Just lay one down without moving it, and that one down, and then select them both. And let's make sure that we got this going. Scale in the Z. Look at that. I'm also going to need ends to this thing. Scale in the X out to there. Okay. So I want my space right in here. I'm going to delete those faces. Like that. Shift Alt and click all the way around here. E to extrude. I'm going to extrude those back. Let's start to see what I'm getting at. Now, I think I'm going to rebuild this. I'm not sure if I need to be doing it this way exactly, but I'm going to do it this way. Do it that. Maybe I'm doing things I didn't need to do. I'm going to do this. And then I'm just going to delete them again. And I'm going to bring everything back for a second. And I want this bevel. Let's just get a bevel. Yeah, so I'm going to take that and then that and Control L modifiers. Let's have another look at this guy. And that is basically what I want. I'm going to be cutting out, let's hide that for a second, this area here inside so that it's dark behind it. So you'll see what I do there in a minute. Well, let's do that right now. I think we'll do that. Let's scale X0, straighten that line up. How do I want to do that? Shift Alt and click there and move it over a little bit. Like that. You know, so that this can go in. But I'm going to do a little bit more on this, obviously. So I'm going to Shift Alt and click the outer edge here. Hit E to extrude. I'm going to pull that back so it's got a little bit of substance to it. So that's the beginning of my floppy disk drive. That's basically going to sit in there like that. Okay, let's focus on that again. And we'll just put a few little things on it. I'm going to select that face, Shift D, and scale. I'll scale some more. I'm going to put a few pieces here. Hit E to extrude, will come out a little ways, and I'm going to S to scale just to give it a bit of a taper. That might be a little bit too much. Let's scale on the X. I'm going to Control L, Shift D to copy that, put it over here, and select this front, and I'm just going to pull this one back. Okay, that's all right. And let's hit I to inset here, scale on the X. Pull you down here, and we'll do that. And now I'm going to bring in a cube. Scale it quite a bit down. That, and I'm going to go Control 1, put one subdivision on it, and apply that. I'm going to look from the side, and in Wireframe, I'm going to box select and get rid of those. Okay, I'm going to look and see 17 vertices. I'm going to go Control 1, out to 57. And that's going to be a little power light of some sort. Just like that. Okay, so that's my little drive. Now, I think what I'm going to do is select those two things and right click, move to collection, new collection. I'm going to call it, I'll just call it drive. So I've got that. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to delete that face, and I'll go over to my drive, select, and we will try just Shift D, bring it up. We will try that again. Shift D and bring it up. At this point, I'm going to actually delete that. And I'll come back into that part, and I'm going to move that to a new collection. I'll call this one Drive 2, and then it's easier. So I got that, and I got Drive. Yeah, I want it to fit better. We ought to get the top one to fit first. And then you there is another piece that we need on here. That's okay. So let's do that. Now we got that, eh? All right, let's just, I'm just going to orient to that thing. I think I'll bring in a circle. I'll go for 18 though. Rotate X90. Scale it down. I'm bringing it over to that side there. Make the little switch. Okay. And the way I think I want to do this is two separate pieces. I'm going to extrude, scale in, and grid fill. I'm going to take one of these circles, copy it, Shift D, pull it out. I'm going to use that in a minute. But in the meantime, I'll just bevel this top, put one segment in, okay, like that. And then for this piece, I'm going to delete those vertices, take these, no, I won't do it that way. I'll select all these vertices and I'll extrude back like this. Scale X0 to straighten them. And Control L, that's a little bit too big, so scale in the Z. I want it like this. I don't want it quite too much like that. I'm going to take this and bring it down. I'm actually going to break it out. I think I'll enjoy working on it more if I break it out. Oh, and I see that we chopped this, so that's okay. We'll have to rebuild it. I'm just going to delete those vertices. Here we got that. I'm going to give it some thickness. I mean, you know, I could just do that, and I could even, although it may not take too well. It's fine, doesn't matter. From where I'm going to be, just like that. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take these and I'll move these to, I don't know if it's drive or drive one. Oh, good. Okay, cool. And so we'll delete that and we'll take this, select it, Shift D. But before we do anything, let's, okay. Let's take all these things. And I'm going to call this drive 2 again. bit of the long way around. That's what I got. This other part down here is very simple. Do I got anything I can use? No. Center my cursor there. This is just going to be a piece that fits in there with a couple of buttons or so. I am going to give it a bit of thickness, just in case it's, you know, depending on how we view this. All right, at any rate, I do want that bevel on it, and then I'm just going to, let's see what, copy this, scale it. I'm going to do something similar to that. That, and I think we'll do a little indent. So I'll take this and I'm going to inset and scale. Did I move that out of? I may have. You know, you could do whatever you wanted at that point. Okay. Cool. That's coming along. For sure. Leaves us with those pieces there. A couple of small adjustments and move these a little closer together. Slid this bar down and just lengthened this out a little bit. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring another edge loop in here. SX0. Straighten that out. And I'm going to make some spaces in here. I'm going to roll my mouse up. Let's see. We'll do that. Okay. Put those down here. And I'm going to bring in 2 more edge loops, scale these into Y. Sort of center it up. Select these faces. You know, the more I think about it, I think I want to delimit some edges. So scale those in the X. Don't want them coming out past there, let's say. And so let's get rid of these. And then just work in here. So I should have this space, and this space. Okay, let's grab those and let's hit I twice. Do that, and then I'm going to switch to individual origins. I'm going to scale these in the X. Make them a bit narrower like that. And then I'm going to extrude in. Let's just have a look at that. That's where those cartridges are going to fit. Yeah, okay, I could work with that. Bevel's maintained. Might shorten that even more, but we'll see. And now what we'll do is let's take all of these, Shift D, and bring them out, and P to break them out. And then an individual origin, so I could probably stay in that. I'm gonna hit I to inset. Do that. Let's get rid of those faces. And let's not get rid of those faces. Let's select it all and let's extrude it back. That's how I want to be. No, let's not do that. Let's select these edges here and extrude them forward. I'm going to be deleting those ones. I want to make a little cavity. All right, let's get rid of these now. Take these, push them in. It's actually probably okay like that. It'll come on a bit more. Like that. And then we'll make one of those things. Let's take that piece, Shift D. Let's just start extrude out little ways. E to extrude, scale in the X, scale in the Z, come out a good ways. Let's just look at that. I'm going to break this piece out. Control L, P. Okay, so imagine that fit in there. Maybe make it a bit smaller, maybe not. Click in there. That might come out a bit too far for my liking. Alright, we'll try something on this. Do that. Select these pieces here. E and Alt S and push it in. Nope. What we got going on here? Oh, we're in individual origins. Let's back out a little ways. There. Okay. E and Alt S and push in. Let's isolate this, Shift H. We'll do another one up here. We've got that edge loop already. Let's do another one here and another one up here. Take that piece, and this piece. E and Alt S. Does it have to be the same distance in? Okay, that kind of thing. And then here, we'll select these faces and inset. Okay, I'm going to hit I twice to get back to that. Just one piece. Extrude it in. working on that. Shift H. Let's set the origin of geometry. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to, I'll select all these and Shift S, cursor to select it right there. I'm going to bring in another plane. Rotate Y 90 with scale. The little contacts of some sort. Roughly centered. Take this, we'll give it a little bit of thickness. And has this got a bevel? Yeah. Let's put the bevel on that. Let's make it look a little bit better. And then what I'll do is I'll take that piece, copy it, scale this in the Z, and in the X to do that. You didn't get centered, did you? Now I'm going to take the bevel off that one, and I'm going to do it this way. Oh, we didn't go all the way around? Yeah. Okay, so what do you got on you? Okay, we'll just select the top and the bottom. Okay, so you when that happens, apply rotation and scale. It should work. I don't want any segments. I don't want that kind of thing. I want you to stick out. So let's take those two, isolate just them, and we'll take the back, and I can actually delete the back, but I'll move it. Move it back like that, and I'll delete that. And then we're going to add an array. Let's take this and this and this and just isolate that with Shift H. Now I'll take both of these, and just to make them a little bit more visible, I'll scale them in the X. And I'm gonna pull them out a bit. And I'm gonna copy them by I, Shift D. Scaling on the Y a little bit more so that they fit out a bit more. All right, I am going to grab all of this stuff if I can. Make a collection. I'm going to call this, what can I call that? I'm going to call it an insert. Call it insert 1. There it is. Okay, let's look from the front. Let's see what it's like if I bring it in. I actually think I want it smaller than this. That's what was bothering me before. So let's just scale this in the X. Scale it in the Z. It's not quite centered, so see what it's like if it fits right in there. Yeah, it's gonna go right in. Adjust those. That's gonna go in like that, and so what we'll do is I'll copy that to there. I'm gonna call that insert 2, and in fact I'm going to copy it again, and that's going to be insert 3. But insert 3 I'm not going to put in there, I'm going to lay it on top. So you can see the thing. And that, my friends, is almost it. Okay. Let's try. Let's see. Let's try the cube method again. Let's control 1 that. Let's apply that. Just thinking. I might want to go for that style of screw. They're so small. You know, I don't know how realistic it looks, but I'm thinking about doing that. So let's just move you over and we'll see. We'll see if that's going to look any good. I'm going to go into edit mode, all this, and Alt N, recalculate outside in case some of my polys are flipped. And that's my guy there. There we go. Everybody is happy now. Well, hopefully it fits. I don't know if it fits in with these guys. Those guys look like debit machines now. Okay, you can listen to your Willie Nelson music now, out in space. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching.